Support the great work of the Strike 7 Sports Saints discussion section by purchasing licensed NFL fan gear. Items range from Saints hats, jerseys, t-shirts, socks, and so much more. We would greatly appreciate it if you would purchase these items from the text link listed below. The revenue generated from today's offer goes into the funding of the Strike 7 Sports platform. Click on the link strike7sports.com/Saints Fanatics. You will be taken over to Fanatics website. Thank you. Derek Branch here with Saints discussions on Strike 7 Sports. In today's video, I want to talk about 6 players that need to step up the most for the Saints to have success this season. So, if you probably doing this list, if you list your 6 players in the comment section below, that's okay. We all got our own list. We all got our own opinions. You probably have a list, excuse me, that's different from mine. It is what it is. It's all good. So here we go. Number one, Jameis Winston, man. Coming off an injury from last year after that game against Tampa Bay Buccaneers, his former team. That dirty play by Devin White, harsh tackle collar, penalty. He is very important for this team to have success this season. Um, Even though you got Andy Dalton back there, who I think is a guy that could do pretty well as a quarterback, as with the Saints with a good offensive line, we protect him. He's a really efficient quarterback, but he does not have the upside or the talent or the arm of a Jameis Winston. It's just that simple. Jameis Winston, hopefully he gets better at those areas that he wanted to get better at, such as his chemistry with Alvin Kamara, as far as him, getting those passes off to him, coming out of the backfield to start the intermediate passing game with those wide receivers like Michael Thomas. Hopefully, the chemistry between those two can finally gel as training camp goes on. Thomas is still on the pup list, but it's not expected to be on there very long. But Jameis Winston is the catalyst right now. He's going to be the catalyst for this team. We saw what this team was with Jameis Winston last year when that was with the limited resources he had on offense. It was 5-2. 14, I think he had 14 touchdowns and only like 14 and like 5 picks, if I'm not mistaken. It was very low, but in 100 and 102 QBR rating. But this year he has better weapons. Hopefully Alvin Kamara could start the season that the stuff will die down. Well, I won't say die down, but could go into next year, in the off season there, and when things are clear out. But James Winston is number one on this list. He is the top player that needs to step up the most for this team this season, and hopefully he can recover from that injury. He can come back strong, better from last year. Hopefully they don't. I don't think they're gonna handcuff him to what he can and cannot do this season. With the offense, and we'll see everything plays out. But Jameis Winston at number two. Number two, well, number one, not number one. My number two, number one. My bad, number one. Number two, I apologize. We got Michael Thomas, man. Even though the Saints got Chris Olave, the rookie, you got Jarvis Landry. You're in a far better shape than what you were last year when it comes to the wide receiver position. But Michael Thomas is the guy, is the catalyst, man. The guy, you know what he is when he's healthy. You know how dangerous he can be. He's a guy that he can command 2 double teams and still get, 11 to 12 catches, 170 yards, two touchdown passes, 2 touchdown receptions. He's that type of guy, man, when he's healthy. Um, Hopefully, like I said, as with James Winston, hopefully he can come back off the pub list and be ready to go for the start of to participate in training camp activities. But you got to have him on the field along with those other guys to be a really dangerous football team this season. I think you got to have Michael Thomas on the field along with a Jarvis Landry, along with a Chris Olave, Deontay Hardy, all those other guys, Taysom Hill. He is very important to this team, man. I think as far as he can go, the rest of the guys are going offense. The rest of the receivers can go. I know you got guys like Jarvis Landry that you can put on the outside, and he could probably play a couple games if Thomas had to go down again. But down the stretch, when you're facing really good defenses, on teams that have good corners, you need a guy like Michael Thomas that you can double team and get those other guys open, get separation, and make big plays like Olave, Marquez Callaway, Hardy, Jarvis Landry, those type of players. But I think he'll be ready to go this season. But I don't expect him to go right into being 2019 Michael Thomas at those first couple of games of the year. So we'll see everything plays out. So Michael Thomas at number 2. Number 3, Marcus Davenport. Man, I said this in the previous video, but I'm gonna say it again. When he is on the field and when he is healthy, the pass rush is just hits differently. It's just a different type of pass rush. When you got Marcus Davenport, Cam Jordan, David Onyemata, K-Pass, Tanoa Capaccio. I think he was a really good player, underrated player on this defense. Had 4 sacks last year. Now you bring in Taco Charts and see what he has. Malcolm Roach. It's just a really good defensive front when he's on the field. And he goes into a contract year this season. And somebody's going to pay him. If he put up those type of numbers he put up last year or he increases those numbers, somebody's going to pay him. Hopefully it's the Saints, but we'll see. But Marcus Davenport is one of those players that has to step up big time for his teams to be successful in those big games this year. We saw how different how the defense responded, how the pass rush was kind of limited when he wasn't in those games. So we'll see everything plays out. Marcus Davenport at number 3. Number 4, Will Lutz. And I say that because how many games the Saints could have possibly won if we had Will Lutz on the field? This guy's leg is very important to this team when it comes to kicking those field goals. The Saints missed a lot of field goals last year because you didn't have Will Lutz on the field. How many kickers the Saints tried out? We'll say like 3 to 4 different kickers last year. One guy, the first guy, Rojas, he didn't pan out pretty well. The second guy looked like he was going to do pretty well, but he felt off. Then he got third, man. I think 2 different kickers after that, and it just didn't work out. It was just on and off, man. But Will Lutz, he's important, man. This guy is one of the top kickers in the National Football League when he's healthy. And when he's out there, you don't really have to worry about, can we tie this game? Should we go for it? Is he going to make the field goal? You know what I'm saying? When he's out there, it's pretty much automatic for the most part. For the most part, he's automatic. And I'm looking forward to having him back on the field this year. So, Will Lutz at number 4. Number 5, man, Cesar Ruiz, man. Hopefully, man, this is the year that this guy finally breaks through. That you have a coach like the new offensive line coach, the guy who used to coach the Buffalo Bills. Doug Marrone had a previous tenure here with Sean Payton with the Saints. Hopefully, man, he can get this guy on track, man. I agree with Nick Underhill on this as well, that the decision to bring back Doug Marrone could be one of the most underrated moves for the Saints this year, man. He could get those guys, that offensive line, back on track. Reeves has shown some flashes at certain times, but he's not consistent enough, man. One or 2 series he'll look great. In the next series, somebody will, blow right past him and just get after the quarterback. I mean, that happened a lot last year. I'll go right after the running back. A lot of that happened last year, because a lot of the missed assignments that Ruiz had, So sometimes it's just better to have a different voice as some of those position coaches, and hopefully Marone could come in and get Cesar Ruiz straight, because if you can get him to play better, then the rest of the O line can be better as well. It can be a better unit going forward this season. So Cesar Ruiz at number 5, and last, number 6, Andrus Peat, man. There's another offensive line. This guy, I know a lot of y'all, don't really care for Andrus Peat. You think he's soft. You think the Saints overpaid for him. They shouldn't have brought him back. Hey, what's done is done now. I kind of see why they did it. The guy Kemp, when he's in there, man, he's a really good player. He's really good at the run blocking. I felt like, in my opinion, in certain aspects, that the rush attack was kind of limited last year when Pete went out. Ramchick was out. Armstead, all those guys. That the O line was just depleted, and the running game just suffered. The running game suffered, and the passing game suffered, and that was because guys were hurt. Guys were hurt, and the guys that were in there weren't efficient enough to get the job done. Outside of, I would say, James Hurst, Cesar Ruiz, couldn't. He had his days, he had his moments, but Andrus Peat was, when we lost Andrus Peat, part of that offensive line, that cohesion of that offensive line fell off. So hopefully, I think I almost don't continue to say hopefully, but hopefully, man, we get this guy back, man. If this guy could come back, stay healthy for, I would say, 9% of the season. If you get him to stay healthy for 9% of the season, keep him on the field, I think the offensive line is going to be pretty good. So there you have it. You got number 1, you got Jameis Winston. Number 2, Michael Thomas. Number 3, you go with damn, bro, I'm getting old, man. Number 3, you go with Marcus Davenport. Number 4, you got man, I'm tripping, man. I'm getting old, man. You got Will Lutz, and you got number 5, you got Cesar Ruiz. Number 6, you got Andrus Peat. So that's it, man. You got those. I think those 6 players need to step up the most for the Saints to have success this season, man. Those 6 players, man, are very vital, in my opinion, to this team being successful, for being, winning those big games like against Tampa Bay, against San Francisco, despite them, like, and San Francisco, with having a new QB now, they're gonna have Jimmy Garoppolo. Against Baltimore, Philadelphia, Cincinnati, when they're going to be very important assets to this team. So we'll see how everything plays out. I'm looking forward to it. Training camp started today. Well, they didn't practice it. The practicing the part will start tomorrow, but the veterans reported today. No practice today, but it starts tomorrow. We'll see how everything plays out with training camp sessions. I try my best to cover it as much as possible. As soon as I get the updates of what's going on or what I've gathered, I'm just gonna recap it on these streams and through the Strike 7 Sports website on the Saints page. So we'll see how everything plays out. All right, that's all I have for y'all. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel. What 5 or 6 players you believe the Saints need to step up the most to be successful this season? If you do have any, list them in the comment section below. Please hit that bell notification icons to receive my updates whenever I go live or recap games. Have a blessed night. Peace. Who that? I'm out.